we have reached that point in the show. This one is going to be a lot briefer. Although, maybe I'll spice it up. Maybe I'll add a little more commentary. But it's time of the show where, of course, we do the picks. Hold on. Wait. There we go. All right. So, wild card round. Obviously, not a lot of games to pick here, but we're going to talk about them, and we're going to see who ends up having a better postseason record, because I don't want to talk about my regular season record. I missed one game. Anyway, Chargers leading off, taking on the Texans on the road. Seth is obviously taking his Chargers to get the job done. I'm going to agree. Look, the Chargers, they have just kind of seemed to consistently play better football compared to the Texans. The Texans just don't feel like a team that is cohesive, that is, led by a good quarterback. CJ Stroud just had a really bad year. There's no getting around it. A really disappointing year for the Texans. They win their division, but just sort of by default, because the other teams in their division were the Titans, the Colts, and the Jaguars. So, yeah, somebody had to win the division, and it wasn't going to be either of those three teams. The Chargers, on the other hand, Jim Harbaugh, first year, he's got playoff experience. I think he's going to bring the winning back for LA, and I'd love to see that rematch between them and KC. So give me the Bolts. Next up, Steelers at the Ravens. Seth is taking the Birds. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to. Hard not to take the Ravens here. Steelers offensively are just terrible. The Ravens offensively are good. That's pretty much my analysis. As bad as the secondary for Baltimore can look at times, I just don't think that the Steelers have the offensive firepower to really be able to keep up with Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson. Like, it just feels like a right-in win for the Ravens. And the other stat, I hadn't heard this. Mike Tomlin, since 2018 or 2019, 0-5 in the playoff. That's not good. That's not good at all. So, yeah, give me the Ravens, get the win. Another AFC North matchup between these two teams, and it probably will not be particularly close, at least for the Steelers. The Broncos visiting Buffalo, taking on the Bills. Seth taking the Bills. Yeah, again, kind of hard not to. I just don't feel confident that Bo Nix, a rookie quarterback, is going to go out into Buffalo and outshoot Josh Allen. Now, if Josh Allen does get outplayed, that says a whole lot more about him than it does about his opponent. Bo Nix had a really good rookie year. I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks coming out of the draft class. So the fact that he ended up going to Denver, I think, was a pretty perfect fit. He's able to develop, but I don't think he's going to be able to live up to this moment. He's going to get some experience in the playoffs, but not a win. Give me the Bills. Packers at the Eagles, a little rematch of the Brazil game to open the year. Seth is taking the Eagles. I think especially with that injury to Christian Watson, and now we don't really know what the status is going to be of Jordan Love. To be fair, we don't really know what the status is going to be of Jalen Hurts either, but I would imagine he's going to be closer to being healthy than Love. And while the Packers did get a win last year as a 7th seed on the road, this is going to be an outdoor environment. This is going to be a pretty hard-hitting offensive team, despite the fact that they might not have their starting quarterback or their backup quarterback. They're going to have the third stringer out there. I just don't think that I don't think the Packers are really going to have enough to stop Saquon. And furthermore, I don't think they're going to be really be able to score at a consistent level. So, give me the Eagles. Commanders at the Buccaneers. Seth is taking the Commanders. I'm going to disagree here. I'm going to take the Buccaneers. I do think that Jaden Daniels is fun, and he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. But this just feels like a Baker win. It's at home. He's been lighting it up all year. The Buccaneers last year had a nice home win against a better team than them at that point, the Philadelphia Eagles, at least by record. I just don't see. I don't see this as Jaden Daniels' coming out party. I would love to see, I would love for that to be, because I love Jaden Daniels as a player, but excuse me. Yeah, I just don't think. I don't think it's his time yet. The defense for Washington is just not all that. So, give me the Buccaneers. And finally, the Monday night game, Vikings at the Rams. Seth is taking the Vikings. I'm going to disagree again. Give me the Rams. I do not believe in Sam Darnold in a primetime game with everybody watching. I don't believe. I don't. And while Matthew Stafford is equally not very good in the playoffs, despite his one Super Bowl run, I think at home, I think he's just going to be able to perform a little bit better than Darnold. I don't know if maybe Detroit has laid the blueprint for how to beat him, but one of the other things to point out, the only other team to beat the Vikings in the regular season was the Los Angeles Rams, and they did it at their home. So a little bit of a rematch there from a regular season game. I'm sure the Vikings are going to want it back. I'm sure they're going to want to play a lot better than they did against Detroit. But I just don't think they're going to be able to get it done. Give me the Rams. All right. So rounding out the picks here. Chargers and Texans. We are both taking the Chargers. Steelers, Ravens. We are both taking the Ravens. Broncos, Bills. We are both taking the Bills. Packers, Eagles. We are both taking the Eagles. Commanders, Buccaneers. Seth is taking the Commanders. I am taking the Buccaneers. And Vikings, Rams. Seth is taking the Vikings. And I am taking the Rams. And those are your wild card round picks. Hi, it's me again. If you enjoyed what you just saw, hit the like and subscribe button. We do live shows every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Hope to see you there.